Hi, my name's Corey, and I've just sold my entire bank to buy this crystal setup. So I think it's time we rebuild it. As you can see from the bank here, there's really not much left in it. All I've left in there is a few untradables that add a bit of value to it, and also I've kept on hold of my Slayer helm. Apart from that, we've got 1 million GP, and we need to go and get some money back. The goal of this series is to kind of refill this page, so I want to get all my melee gear, all my mage gear, and everything back, so we can get and start doing some raids. We've spent a bit of my money, still got 675k left, but I've just bought some supplies to start doing. I think I'm going to start by doing some Phantom Musper kills, because I've killed it quite a few times, and I actually kind of know what I'm doing with that boss. So I've got 227 kills. We're overdue on a second Venator Shard, so hopefully if we get that early, we can get some nice upgrades. When it comes to upgrades we've got left and want to start pushing on this setup, we're going to get at least a Brimstone Ring, and hopefully like a Fury or something in the next slot, and then we should be able to start doing some serious damage. But we need to get there first, so we've got a Glory for now, and I'm just going to use my Ring of Shadows in that space as well. So after teleporting to the dungeon and then going through the wrong door like I've done far more times than I'd like to admit, I was straight onto the Musper kill. I'm using the kind of step back method, so it's basically wait till the boss hits you, then take a step back 2 or 3 tiles when the hit splat disappears. This is the way you can kind of get the most damage at the boss, and then you can just pray melee the entire time and you shouldn't take any damage if you do it properly. I'm definitely not perfect at it, but it seemed to work. And then in the range phase, it's just a case of praying range and then swapping to mage and the mage attacks. The first kill wasn't too bad. I was a little bit rusty, but we got through it in the end and we got a decent amount of loot. And there we go. That's the end of the second kill. I got frozen cash as well. Open that up. Hopefully we might get something good. That's a huge drop as well. And there you go. 670 cannonballs. Let's sell everything and see what we got. And after everything's sold from that first trip, that's just 2 kills of Musper. We got 652k. So that's big money there. I think we got slightly lucky with the drops, I'll admit. But that's a huge start. And we should be able to get our first upgrade soon. Finally start get rid of this glory. So I was carrying on, going through all my kills and just made sure to going for the 10 kills I wanted. We'll ignore this part here because I don't know what happened there. And then we just carried on, went through and got the 10 kills. Didn't see anything special loot wise, but the Musper standard loot table is really good anyway. So it was just a case of going through, getting the kills and going for the 10 KC. I wanted to go for 10 just so I knew that we could get a kind of benchmark as to how much we wanted to stay here and what we wanted to do. And then other than that, it was just a case of going through. Okay, and there we go. That's 10 kills at Phantom Musper completed. Looks like from the tracker we got about 1.6 million in loot, and then a little frozen cash for 120k, and then it was about 300k in supplies. So also got these 2 clues. One was from my bank already, and then I got an elite clue from the Musper. So I'm going to run through these and then see what we get. But yeah, we're looking at like we're about 2.3 million, nearly at the price of a Fury, so we can get rid of this glory, and then we'll go from there. In those 2 clue scrolls, we got a medium and a hard clue. Let's see if we get anything good. Sorry, a hard and an elite. So there's the hard clue, and that's not too bad. Bit of rune in there, and then a bit of dragon in the other one. So we'll get all that sold and see how much we made. Another thing I've just done with some of the money is I bought 100 Torstal seeds because I want to get my farming up anyway, and you make good money doing herb runs, and I can just do it in between. So it'll be a nice bit of passive money, and then we'll get that, and then once these are all done, we should make a few 100k from that, and that'll be really nice. Another place that the Bowfa is really good is Zulrah. The problem is, I've got 1 kill at Zulrah, and it was for the diary, so this might be a bit more of a learning experience for me. But I'm just going to do 10 kills here, just like I did at Phantom Musper, and we'll compare the 2 and see which one we're going to do going forward. Let's jump in. Bringing prayer pots would have probably been a good idea, so we're going to need a reset there. Okay, that's a slightly questionable first kill, but we got it done. We're going to go up from here, right? And yeah, no, that is not going to be a second kill just yet. Need to kind of work out what's going on here because I'm definitely not doing it right. Okay, and there is another slightly questionable
Collection
second
log slot
kill. But
completed.
we got some teleports, so a decent amount.
Congrats on the... Congrats.
That is 10 kills of Zora completed. So comparing the two between Zora and Musper, it looks like Zora got us about 1.2 mil and Musper got us about 1.6 mil. But Zora kills were definitely faster and I need to learn it a bit more. So I think I'm going to carry on with Zora for a bit and see where we go from there. But after all that and some herb runs, we've got 2.7 mil, which means I think we should be able to afford our first upgrade, which is going to be replacing that glory around our neck for a fury. So I'm going to go away, try and do that now and see if we can get that going. Go, that is with 7k left, that is our first upgrade acquired. So hopefully that should make the kills, what we're doing, a bit smoother and we can finally get rid of that glory. So let's jump into some more kills and see what happens. So next up was, I was just going to try and go for 10 more kills at Zora, just so I could improve myself a bit and kind of go from there as loot wise. Testing out the Fury and everything all definitely seemed to be a bit smoother kills, although there were a few deaths mixed in the middle, but I think that's just a case of me learning the boss and going from basically no experience at Zora to trying to get a few KC on it. So working through it, definitely got a bit smoother as it went on and we got the 10 more kills.
Congrats on the new personal best. Last time I got a PB. Dying on my hardcore Iron Man. Completed.
One last thing I just wanted to try this episode is, you can probably guess from where I'm standing and what I've got, I'm just going to do some giant mole kills. So I've obviously done it melee before, but I just want to try it with the Bowfa, see what it's like. It looks like it's going to be pretty good, and we're just going to go for one inventory of like this and see how many kills we get. So the giant mole, super easy to kill, just a case of praying protect from melee and just hit him. Every now and then he'll kind of burrow away, but we'll see how often he's going to do it and how quickly we can kill it. The loot from the giant mole isn't anything too exciting, but it's pretty consistent because you get the mole skin and the mole claws, both of which are worth quite a decent bit. And because we got the Falador shield, we get the arrow that points straight towards it. And that should get us through, and we should just be able to quickly kill him. Luckily he's not burrowing away too many times at the moment, so I hope, I've spoken too soon, and he's run off this way. So let's go, hopefully get the kill here, and then you'll see the kind of pretty base loot table from it, and we'll go from there. A lot more chilled out than Zora, I've got to say. And there you go, that's kind of the first kill. A decent amount though, so we're just going to finish this inventory and see what happens.
Level up completed.
Oh, there you go. Little 90 range in between now. I didn't even see that coming, so that's a lovely surprise. And that just about brings the end to the trip at the giant mole. I definitely overestimated the amount of stamina pots I was going to need, but we've gone through the prayer pots, gone through my range pots, and it looks like we've got a decent amount of loot. Managed to get 30 kills in the end, so to go and whack this all on GE, get it sold, and then we'll do a final recount of everything we've done. The only thing that was costing us quite a bit of money was the teleports to it, so that was the Zolander teleports, because they cost kind of around, I think they're about 20k each, so we spent nearly 350k on teleports alone last time, and there's this little agility shortcut right here that needs 76 agility, and that will take us there and we can go straight from the fairy ring, so that'll save us a load of money. And I'm nearly at 76 agility, so I think the first thing we're going to do is go do a bit of skilling and get my agility up. I think the best place we can do this to get my agility up is going to be here at the Prifdinus course, because one, I've just unlocked it and it's a great start, but one, I've just unlocked it and that means it's going to be the best kind of XP per hour, and also it means we'll get some crystal shards along the way as well, which we can use to put into the armor, which we're probably going to need quite a lot of during the rebuild. So if we can get some ourselves, then there's definitely nothing wrong with that. So I will see you, I think about 32 laps time, and then we'll go from there, and then we might jump into more Zora kills.
Level up completed.
Okay, there we go. That is 76 agility. So we will finish off this lap, and then we'll be good to go. So it looks like we've got 31 shards as well, which is always nice. I think we should get one more from this lap as well, and then we will be good to recharge the armor a tiny bit. Not that it needs it at the moment, but just kind of thinking into the future. And what that means is we should be able to go into this Zola skip. So we'll jump and see how that's going to work. 6 agility, we should be able to just go into the house because we've got a fairy ring there, and then once we test that, the code is BJS. Not going to make any jokes about that because I'm a fully grown adult, I promise. And then we can just jump across here, and that takes us straight to Zora. So that's going to save us about 20k a trip, to be honest, because they're pretty expensive, the teleports. And that means that's just profit, so that's good to see. The only option we have now is to go absolutely feral on this money snake and try and get a load of kills. I think I'm going to set myself a bit of a goal where the only way I'm allowed to stop killing this thing is if one of these slots gets filled. So we could be here a bit of a long time, but there's only one way to find out, I guess. Let's just hope we don't go insanely dry. I think they're like 1 in 128 for the kind of 3 rare ones here, so we're going to get it soon, maybe? We'll find out.
Congrats on the new personal best. Last time I got a PB here, I died on my hardcore Iron Man. Collection log slot completed.
Okay. So that's the mutagen, which I think is like incredibly rare, but we'll take it, I guess. Yeah, so I've just had to look it up, and yeah, it's about a 1 in 6,000 drop rate, I think, or like 1 in 13, something ridiculous like that for the mutagen, which I know we said we'd kill it until we got a unique, but unfortunately I got one of the uniques that you literally can't do anything with, so we're going to carry on killing it and until we can get a unique we can actually sell. So back into the snake, I think. Go for the back-to-back? No back-to-back, but still a pretty big drop. So one thing I have been doing just alongside my herb runs and stuff, I'm carrying on doing the kind of tree runs I've been doing. So it's definitely not probably that beneficial for a rebuild because I think it definitely costs more money than it's worth, but it kind of gets the account going and I really want to kind of push up my levels in total. So I thought that was going to be 87 farming, but this dead palm tree has something to beg to differ. So we'll get that done And then we should just be able to go into Valador now and grab the next one. And hopefully this yew tree should get us the level we need. Yeah, this is looking good. So I've just been kind of doing this in the background in between runs and things. And that should be so close to 88 farming. So it'll be one more and then we'll get it. And with this now, that's going to be 88 farming. So it doesn't actually unlock anything, but just another level. And with that, that is going to be 20 kills done since the initial 20 we did in the last episode. So I think I'm just going to have a bit of a restock and a reassess and see what we're going to go from there. Still no uniques yet, but I think they're about 1 in 128, so I'm not really expecting one just yet. But it'd be nice to get one soon, just to get us a bit more cash. And as you can see, we've got a bit of a loot tab built up now. So this is from mainly Zora, but there's some from the herb runs and some from the farm runs in there. So I'm just going to literally grab all of this and sell everything. And I'm just going to use this and see if we've got any kind of readiness to get an upgrade. I don't think we're going to be quite there just yet, but we'll go and see what happens. There's scales just selling off for a big old chunk of them for just over 1 mil, which is really nice. That should be everything. So from those, all that loot tab, we got about 2.5 mil. So if we combine that with all of the money we had already, looks like we're up to about 4.5 mil. So I'll have a look around, see if there's any upgrades or anything I want to do, and then go from there. And might swap it up a bit, but I kind of want to chase that unique from Azora because I think we're definitely getting close to one. So I've had a bit of a think about what I want to do next, and I think the money from Zora at the moment is just too good, and I do really want to kind of see something unique and something that's worth a bit of money. So I'm just going to carry on powering through, and then we'll go from there. I'll give you an update if we get anything good. Okay, that is a daunting message to receive. So that's the 50k C, so it's the 100,000 coins now if we ever die, but touch wood, we actually haven't died at all in these past like 20 odd kills, so let's just hope it doesn't happen again. Between kills at Zora, just been carrying on with my herb runs, so we've still got that 100 seeds that we got last episode, and we're about halfway through that now, so just keep on, and we're just making a nice bit of money on the side as well, because usually each run gets me about 200k-ish, which is really nice. So it's nice, just a bit of extra income.
Farming contract completed.
Farming runs and things, I've been getting a few Hespori seeds. So I planted one yesterday and it's kind of ready for us to go now. So I'm just thinking, I'm just going to buy, I've got a whip because we're going to need it for things like Slayer and things, and it's going to be a really nice melee weapon to have. So I'm just going to do that, grab all this, get together some kind of setup just to kill Hespori. Obviously it's not that difficult, so we'll just get a bit of melee and then I'll run it in. I've just thrown together a super basic setup. I'm literally just going to be using, because I have my torso still, just kind of set up, got my whip, got my knees not helm, and then just going to be praying mage the entire time. And I've got an MSB just so we can kind of take out the flowers. So we'll run in, and if we get a bottomless compost bucket, they're like, I think they're like over 500k. So I haven't had one yet. It'll be nice to have. We'll see if we get it. And there we go. Not the quickest of kills. Definitely not my personal best, but we got it dead, and we'll see if we get it. Wish me luck. Oh, never lucky. But yeah, some palm tree seeds, which is nice, and then just a bit of money and a bit of farming XP. So can't complain. So I felt all that was left to do now was just keep going back to Zora and go for different kills. I really wanted to see a unique, and I just thought I'd just smash out a load of kills and then see what happens. And then this happened.
Dying on my hardcore Iron Man completed.
And with that death to Zora on the 60th kill, that was, I think we'll probably leave it there for Zora. I'm just going to sell everything off and see if we can get any upgrades, and then we'll do a recap and see how we're looking in the bank. Off and taking the money from my bank, and it looks like we've got about 4.3 mil to spend, which is pretty nice. I can see from my tracker so far we made about 10 mil so far from everything we've killed basically and everything we've looted, so we're definitely getting up there. I think supplies wise we are about 3 mil in supplies, so about 7 mil overall. I think the next thing we need to buy is an archer's ring. I had my eye on one of these for a little while. Our ring slot is definitely lacking, and I think we can go and do a few more different bosses once we've got this. So we're going to see if we can grab this, and straight away we've got that, and we've got about 1.4 mil to spend spare, and all I need to do now is imbue this, and then I think we'll be able to send on some bosses. As you can see from the bank, we're kind of at 223 mil total. I think the start of last episode was at 221, but we've definitely made more than 2 mil. I think there's just some weird price fluctuations going on, but we've got all that, and our actual like gear tab is starting to get a bit more fleshed out now. So we've obviously got our Fury in the first episode and got our Archer's Ring last episode, and we are looking pretty good so far, so the rebuild's going well. Now, I know what you're thinking. At the end of the last episode, I said that I was done with Zora after I died, but leaving on that death has left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth, and I think we need to fix that. I think we need to push, get a unique, and actually show this Zora how we can do it. So let's jump into some kills.
Dying on my hardcore Iron Man. Completed.
And I just got a medium casket from an eclectic impling, so just done the clue scroll for that, and we're just gonna see if we get anything.
Collection log slot. Completed.
I mean, for a medium, that's not too bad. And got some new fashion escape as well. Let's keep going. And this is going to be the 75th kill of Zora coming in. So that's just the combat task for that. And that is nothing special. Still yet to see anything kind of tradable unique, but we'll keep going and see what happens. And that is the first elite clue scroll I've had from Zora. I didn't even know they dropped, to be honest, because I haven't seen any. But we'll get that done and see what's in there. And that is going to be 100 KC. Nothing yet, so I'm just going to go and jump back, sell all the loot, I think, and then we'll reassess and go from there. I also just had another Hesperus seed planted, so just quickly killing that off now. Just see if we get anything loot-wise. Again, it'd be nice to get the bottomless compost bucket or something. No, but decent amount of farming XP and 3 maple seeds, so we will get another one planted and then check in with that later. And also, just got that from that elite clue, just finished the Sherlock step now, so let's see if we get anything good from there. Nearly 500k, so that's not too bad. I think that's mainly the Morton teleports, but we'll take that and then add it to the stack. And after all that Zora, a decent chunk of herb runs and a few other things, this is what our loot tab's kind of looking like. So I'm going to grab all of this now, get it all sold off, and then we'll see if we can get any upgrades with the remaining money. So after selling all that off, that puts us at just under a 7 mil cash stack. So I think my plan is I'm going to just grab a few upgrades I can get to get the Phantom Musbow killed a bit easier, and then we're going to go from there. So I think if I get a dragon crossbow and then also some sapphire dragon bolts, then we should be able to skip the kind of prayer phase a bit easier, because when I was doing it in the other episode, I was doing it just with smiting it and it was taking definitely a big chunk of the kill time. So if we get some of these and get the procs on this, then we should be able to get some kills a bit quicker. only other thing we've got left is just to imbue my Archer's Ring. I've got a few points in there from I just disenchanted a Berserker's Ring just before I started the rebuild, so I'm going to imbue the Archer's Ring with that, and that'll give us the 8 range attack and 8 range defense bonus. So with all of that, we should be good to go. I'm just going to throw together an inventory and then I'll see you there. And then this is going to be my setup for the multiple kills. So we've had a few upgrades since last time. Obviously got the Fury now, got the imbued Archer's Ring, and then we've got the Dragon Crossbow and the Sapphire Bolts E for the prayer phase. So I'm going to run a few kills of this, see if it's any smoother, and hopefully get that Venator shard that we really need for the account. Yeah, so this is definitely way quicker. I managed to get a proc in already. Hopefully we can go for another one. That is going to be the end of my first trip, I think, just 2 kills. But I just wanted to get a bit of a test to make sure. It's definitely a lot quicker, like that kill was. 3 minutes 16, so yeah, nice and quick. And there we go. That's only about, I think that's 4 kills in on this. I'm only on the second trip, but that is a Venator shot. So that's going to be about 14 mil, which is absolutely massive. So I'm going to jump back, get that sold, and then we'll go from there. But of course, we gotta go for the back-to-back, so are we gonna get it? No, we got a supply drop. Perfect. Well, I'm gonna finish off this run, and then we'll go and sell everything. Okay, got a little frozen cash. Let's see if there's anything good. 8 Renar seeds, we won't complain. And that is going to end off the trip. So we got a decent chunk of stuff there, and now let's go sell that shard and then check everything, and then we should be able to get some upgrades off the back of this. So let's go. And there it is, our first green cash stack of the rebuild. So we've got 15 mil now. So I'm going to have a bit of a think, and then we're going to see what we can do, because we've got in total about 19 mil, nearly 20 mil now. So we can definitely get some upgrades. It's just where we're going to get them. So I'll be back in a sec. Now, after having a bit of a think, this is where I've settled on. I've kind of thought that I want to start getting back into doing a bit of Slayer, because there's a lot of money, and I'm starting to get towards like the kind of higher money Slayer levels as well. So I've got just some Proselyte, just some Slayer stuff. I've bought a B ring just so we'll go and get that imbued and get that back. And then I missed having my Fang way too much, so that's been the kind of big purchase I've made. So that puts us at about, that's cost us about 17 mil. So that's not too bad. So we'll grab all of those, and then that leaves us with about 3 mil left in the bank. So still a bit of money to swing around with. So the next thing I need to do is get this B-Ring imbued, and then I think we'll start heading through some Slayer. And after buying all that, I've just checked my task, and it turns out I've got a Basilisk task. So I'm going to go for Basilisk Knights. So I've just bought a few more supplies, just some God D-Hide and the Hunter's Sunlight Crossbow and some bolts, and then I'm going to go through, and hopefully if we get a Basilisk Jaw, we'll have a bit of money. So far on the account, I've killed 288 Basilisk Knights, and I did actually get a Jaw already. They were 1 in 1,000 on task, so I've only got 75 left to kill, so I'm not super hopeful I'm going to see anything, but being spoon might be a bit nice. So all we need to do is drink the range pot, pray from Mage for them, and then if we just stand in this spot here, and they can't hit us, and I'm just going to put on Sharp Shard just for a bit more damage. Right, I'll see you in 75 kills, or if we get a Jaw. A little longbone drop. We'll take that. And with this kill coming in here, this is going to be the last kill of the remaining 75 I had. We haven't seen a draw, unfortunately, so unless it's going to be this kill, I don't think we're going to get it. But I wasn't really expecting it, to be honest. So, a rune scimitar. Okay, we'll just out that, and then we'll get everything sold, and then check in the bank to see what the final numbers are. So, after selling all that off, it looks like we're left with a total bank value of about 245 million, which has definitely jumped up a bit since the start of the episode. We've managed to get some big upgrades which we can start using towards Slayer and things. Managed to get Osmond's Fang, Dragon Crossbow, and a few other things. And yeah, we are looking a lot better, and my loot tab's actually starting to look like it has some gear in it. So that's what we like to see. Just taking a look at the bank at the start, it looks like we're at a nice healthy 250 mil, which is really nice. It means we're up about 30 mil since we started, but I think some of that's due to some price rises. So I think the Bowfa's up to 164 mil now, and it was at 160 when we bought it, but that's looking good. Looks like we're about halfway to our 500 mil goal.
Level up completed.
That is going to be 89 farming coming in to start us off, so getting there. So after having a bit of a think, I've decided at the start of each episode I want to do 20 Zora kills, because we're still looking for uniques and there's good money no matter what, and it'd be nice to just get a few more kills on it and start getting that collection log filled out. So let's jump into those and I'll see you if I get anything good.
Dying on my hardcore Iron Man. Completed.
And that is going to be the end of our 20 kills for this episode. Didn't get anything unique, but a decent amount of normal drops, so we'll go and get all that in the bank. So, as we said last episode, I want to kind of start on the Slayer grind to see if we can get some drops through Slayer, but all we need to do first is just get my Berserker ring imbued. So I'm going to do it in the PvP arena because I don't have any NMZ points and it's pretty quick. So I will see you in about 200 points time, and I imagine a few deaths. And after probably a record-breaking number of losses there, I've gone and got that. So we can grab a scroll of imbuing for 200 and then use that on the ring to imbue it. And there we go. That is the imbued Berserker ring. Let's actually go do some Slayer now. So I'm going to be using the Slayer Master, and I think I'm looking for... I kind of want Greater Demons, because then I can go and do Tormented Demons, because the Synapse and things are worth like stupid amounts of money at the moment. So hopefully we'll get something good. Iron Dragons. Yeah, we're going to skip that. Steel Dragons. We're going to skip it. I don't actually know how many points I've got, so I don't know if I can skip too much. But Iron Dragons again. This is awful. Okay, we got Great Demons. Sick. So we can go and do Tormented Demons and hopefully get one of the big drops. Slightly questionable setup here for a few reasons. Obviously, I've got the crystal and stuff because I want to just maximize do my range DPS. But when it comes to my melee, I don't really have too much. And I know that like Arc is best in slot here, but I don't have any charges on mine and I don't want to go farm them. So I'm going to try it like this, see what happens, and if it's too painful I will go and grab some Arc charges and then we'll go with that. But let's see how it goes. When it comes to kind of drop rates for these, I think it's about 1 in 500 for the big drops, and I've currently killed 154 of them and not had any drops yet, so it'd be really nice to see one on this task. We wouldn't be at drop rate yet, so it'd be a bit early, but again, hopefully we get a bit of luck and get a bit of money.
Level up completed.
And that is going to be 85 attack coming in, so that's a nice little level. And that's going to be the end of our first trip. I think I got my like ratios of like prayer pots to food a bit wrong, so I'm going to go and rejig that a bit and then we'll come back. That was just 10 kills, so nothing yet, but obviously we got a lot of demons to go, so we'll see what happens. And with this kill, this is going to be 80 Slayer coming in, so a little level. Still nothing yet, but we've already kind of done 50 so far, so we've got a
Level
little
up,
more to go.
completed.
And no, nothing for the Slayer 80, but we'll keep moving. 116 to go.
Level up, completed.
That is 91 range coming in. And that is 100 kills done of Tormented Demons. Still nothing, but we got 6-7 left, and I'm feeling hopeful, so we'll hopefully see something in the next 6-7 kills. Wish us luck. That's going to be the first elite clue scroll I've seen of this. Looks like we've got 3 left to kill, so we might get something in the next 3, fingers crossed. But other than that, pretty standard so far. Another thing I've started doing as well is just doing some birdhouse runs, just in between kind of doing tasks and other things, just because it's a bit of hunter XP and also it gets a decent amount of money because you get quite a few birds nests and things. So just gonna be chucking through them as much as I can, and then we'll go from there and hopefully get a few levels there. So I'm 74 hunter now, and I kind of want to just gradually push up through the hunter levels doing it this way, because like 0 timing hunter seems like a bit of a way better way to do it. So we'll do that, and I'll update you when I get some more levels. And this is gonna be the last kill of the task coming in. Are we gonna get lucky right on the last one? No, just some flesh. So didn't get anything that we needed really, but we'll have a little look and see what we got. And that is going to be 90 farming coming in, which means we can now get redwoods planted as well. So just climbing up on that farming even more. Okay, I'm quickly going to go and just do this task as a skip, and we'll do it at just the baby black dragons, just to get it out of the way. So I'll quickly do that now.
Slayer task completed.
Yeah, not too much to say about that. Just kill some baby dragons. So that's that. Let's get another task. Okay, 177 Basilisk. Looks like we're going back to Bassy Knights. And then we're just going to be here for 177 kills. Again, it'd be really nice to get the Basilisk Jaw, but it's 1 in 1,000, so we might not get it, but it'd be really big if we did. So I'll see you either in the Jaw or in 177 kills. I also thought I'd quickly just swing by the RuneScape birthday event to pick up some cool new fashionscape, so got the devil outfit now. Sadly no money comes with it, but you got to stop somewhere, right? Okay, that's actually, I think that's incredibly rare, but just got the Basilisk head drop. So, not a jaw, but I think that might be a bit rarer, so that's interesting. We'll have a little look at that and see what we see. Yes, I've just had a little look up to see what that is, and it's a 1 in 1,000 drop rate, so the same as what the jaw is. So, could have been the jaw, but it's a cool collection not to have. I don't actually know what it's used for, but I'll have a look and find out. Okay, this is going to be my first superior basilisk that spawned, so could get something exciting from here. Need to hopefully not die from it, because I don't quite know what I'm doing with them. I think they've got, if I kind of remember, they've got a mechanic or something that you need to do. So just going to chunk through it, and hopefully, yeah, I think I need to like click out of this. Yeah, there we go. And this will be going down in just a second. So hopefully, little imbued heart drop maybe. And here we go. No. Okay, well, 39 left. That's how we get a draw. And this is going to be the end of the Slayer task, unfortunately.
Slayer task completed.
There you go. And no draw, unfortunately, but we have got a decent amount of basic loot, so we'll get everything back and get everything sold and see how we're looking. Then we've also just got 2 caskets, a hard and an elite, just from doing general stuff from the episode. So let's open these up and see if we get anything. So we'll do the hard one first. About 264k from that. It's got the purple sweets and the lumberyard teleports, so not too bad. And then the elite, about 151k. Okay, that's not too bad. About 400k from those. So gonna add that, get everything sold off, and then we'll get a final number. Having a quick look at the bank just before we get started, it looks like our overall bank value is at 249 million. At the last episode it was at 250 million, so the money making's not going very well, clearly. We obviously gained a decent amount of upgrades. I think it's just a bit of money and stuff shifting around on like the Bowfa's only worth 159 mil now, but I think this is the episode where we need to push big and try and get some of those big drops. So wish us luck. And as I said at the start of last episode, I want to start doing 20 zero kills per episode, so we're going to jump straight into that. We are getting close to drop rate for the uniques. I think it's 1 in 128, so in theory we should see something, and I'm feeling lucky this episode, so hopefully we get one of these 3 and then we'll go from there. Let's go. Okay, a little close scroll for us to do. We can get that done. And that, unfortunately, is going to be the end of the 20 kills. We didn't see anything, so we're a bit dry, but we don't mind. We'll get them eventually, and let's go find something else to do. So, I'm going to carry on, just do a bit of Slayer, and hopefully get... I kind of want to do Tormented Demons again, but I don't have any points, so I'm just going to do a few tasks, see if we can get it, and hopefully go for one of those big drops. So I've just got Skeletal Wyverns at the moment, so I'm just going to go quickly smash that out. It's only 28 of them, shouldn't take too long, and then we'll go and try again. And this is going to be the end of the Wyverns task. I was actually quite shocked, it made me like 400k, so probably shouldn't complain about that task too much. But yeah, nice and quick, and we'll jump on to the next one. Okay, let's go kill some Kurask. And we got this big boy right here. It's going to be the first superior. We've got 40 kills left to go, so we'll get this killed. Maybe get an imbued heart, hopefully. But yeah, it's looking good so far. Got a decent amount of loot. Are we going to get anything? Not really. Got a clue scroll, got some shards, but yeah, not too bad. Okay, that's going to be the end of that task. So that's 179 killed, just over 900k in loot. I've got it on my inventory now. And I'm going to go get these 2 hard clues done as well, so we can open those up. Nice, little Dust Devils task. So I'm going to burst these and hopefully I can get, if I do it in the Korend Catacombs, I'm going to hopefully get a shard to get my art light back in action. There we go, that is an ancient shard, which is exactly what we need. So I'm going to grab that now, and then we got 2 left on the task, so that'll be done. Okay, Vardorvis is going to be an interesting one, because I don't know if I can kill it. So I'm going to go for the 3, just to see if we can get through it, and then we'll go from there.
Combat task completed. Collection log slot completed.
Nice. That's the second kill on, and we just got the tablet, so we got the teleport here, which is really nice.
Slayer task completed.
And that is the end of the task. That actually wasn't anywhere near as bad as I expected, so I probably should have taken a few more of those, but at least now we know we can kill it if we need to. Okay, looks like we're going back to Kurask. That's fine, we can do that. And that's going to be another superior coming in. Unfortunately, not too much exciting stuff, but we've got 132 left on the task, so we'll keep going.
Collection log slot completed.
Okay, I'll take it. That's a new collection log slot, so we'll keep going. And with this final kill, this will be another Kuras task completed. So
Slayer task completed.
got a load of different stuff, but nothing too valuable, and just the one clue scroll. So we'll get this done and get that ready to open. So because I find Slayer incredibly boring, I'm going to take a bit of a break from it. So I'm going to go do a bit of bossing. But first, I'm just going to open up the clue caskets I got from doing the various Slayer monsters and things. So we've got just a beginner, 3 hards, and an elite. So hopefully get something good and we'll see what happens. Obviously not too much to expect there. And then with the hard, not too bad. Next one. Not great. And then finally,
Collection log slot completed.
a Rune Defender ornament kit, and also got a D-hard body, so a little bit of value in that one. And then we'll do the elite as well. And about 151k there. So we'll get all that sold, and we're going to need it for what I plan next. But first, that is 91 farming coming in, which is nice. So I sold off all my loot tab and I had about 10 million in cash. So I didn't want to spend it all, so I just bought a few upgrades, and I've got a bit of a plan to go and do the Moons of Peril, because there's pretty good money there at the moment, and it's basically like Barrows but just a bit better loot. So I just bought some tank gear, and I've also bought myself a Serp helm. But first thing we need to do is add on the Magma Mutagen, because we got that from killing Zora really early on, and now we're going to have a nice orange magma helmet, which is really cool. So we're going to charge this up, and then we're going to send it down onto the Moons of Peril and see what happens. Hopefully we'll get some decent loot, and then we'll go from there. Kind of doing the Moons of Peril, I've done them a decent amount. So I've done 48 clears and I've got 2 things so far. I think it's about a 1 in 19 for getting any res, so we should be approaching another one now, and then hopefully we'll get something and get a bit of money, and then we can see what we can do after that. And there we go, that is the first run completed, all 3 moons, so we'll see if we get anything good. Okay, well, keep going I guess.
Combat task completed.
And that is a combat task done, which is the last one I had here. That's the perfect Perilous Moons, so that's really nice to see.
Collection log slot completed.
And there we go, that's on the same run that I just got the perfect run, and we've been rewarded for it as well. So I got the Atlatl, which is, I think they're worth a decent amount, so we'll get that banked and then we'll go from there. And of course, we gotta go for the back-to-back, see if we get it. Are we gonna get it? No, but still, decent amount of loot. I'm just gonna keep going at these and just keep going, because there's a decent amount to be had here and I'm enjoying it, so we'll keep going. Okay, that's going to be 10 chests here done. So, we to get anything on this 10th chest? No. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. It looks like I've made about, just on the tracker, it looks like it's about just over 4 million. So I'm going to go have a little look, see what's going on, and then assess from there. So after selling all that off, we've got cleared the loot tab out, and now we've got about 9.8 mil, so nearing that 10 mil stack again. And look, and I think the plan is I'm going to go and finally get myself my blowpipe back, because I've got a few ideas on what I want to use with this, and we're going to need it when we want to start raiding. So that is that, and now once we put that in, we should be looking at a nice healthy bank. So we are now sitting at 3 mil there, and we got 258 million bank value, so we made a nice bit of progress today. So if we take a little look at the bank at the start of this, it's saying we're at 249 million, which is a bit less than what we were at last time because I think the Bowfa has gone down again. So it's what I'm going to start doing as my kind of marker instead is try and fill out these slots that I've got up here, and we'll treat that as how we're done with the rebuild. So we just need my knees not face guard, my bandos, my rainier boots, my RMs, and then my toxic trident, and then we should be good to go with anything. So let's jump in and see what we can do. And we are coming in strong with 92 farming to start us off, so we are halfway to 99, and that's my highest level I've got on anything so far, so let's keep going. So, gonna start off with my court mandated 20 Zora kills, and then we will go from there and see if we finally get a unique.
Dying on my hardcore Iron Man. Completed. Combat task completed.
And that is the combat task for 150 KC at Zora, so we are 10 more to go on this and then we'll be good to go. And there we go. Unfortunately, that is the end of the 20 kills this episode. Still no uniques, but we got a decent amount of standard loot and should add up to the bank a bit. To give myself a bit of a break from PVMing, I'm going to be doing a bit of Via thieving for a bit. So my thieving is currently 87, and the blood shards are going for about 13 mil each at the moment. So if we can get one of those, we'll get basically 26 mil. So I'm going to give that a go. I think it's about 1 in 5,000, and I've had 1 so far on my leveling. So we'll see what happens. I'll catch you if we get anything. And there we go. 2 blood shards. That is actually huge. That's only after about 550 pickpockets as well, so really nice to see. So that's like 24 odd mil. With that healthy looking blood shard drop, we have just managed to get ourselves up to over 30 mil loot tab. So I'm going to get all this sold off, and then we should be able to definitely get some upgrades, and hopefully think we should be able to raid now. So let's give it a go and we'll see what we're going to do. So after selling all that off, I had about just over 30 mil to play with. So I bought this setup basically. I think this is all I'm going to need to start getting into some raids. I'm pretty new to TOA, but one thing I want to do is try and learn it. So I've got a load of stuff and I'm going to jump in and see what I can do. And there we have it. This is my setup I'm going for these TOAs. As I said, I'm pretty new to this, so I'm going to start off with potentially even a 50, just to see if I can get the basics down, and then go for like 150s, and just, if it's going well, I'll keep pushing it up. If not, I'll keep doing it like that, and we'll just see what happens. So let's jump into it a bit. One thing I just wanted to give a go was, one of my friends just wanted to run a TOA with me, so I thought we'd give it a go on a lower invocation and just get a bit of practice in, and it definitely highlighted the fact that I'm very not good at this. So I think I'm going to need to kind of reassess what I want to do and how I want to go about this, because after trying a few solos afterwards, I just kept dying. So after having a bit of a think and looking back at everything that I kind of had planned for this rebuild, I think that's where I want to end it, to be honest, because my plan was always just to make it so I could get back and have my 3 big setups back, which was melee, mage, and obviously my Bowfa stuff. So, and that is where I've kind of got to. I've obviously got a few gaps that I want to fill in the bank, but those will kind of come in time. And I think the fact that I'm kind of locking myself to doing these things is making me kind of not enjoy it as much anymore. So we're going to leave it there with the Bowfa series, but don't worry, I've got a lot of plans coming up. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our Bowfa series. So thank you for all the support that I've had throughout the entire thing. It's honestly been amazing, and it's been a really enjoyable thing to do. I think the next thing I want to start doing is doing some progress on my account to try and get some levels and skills up, and I think doing a Bowfa was going to slow that down. So at the end of the day, I want to follow what I enjoy in the game and how that works, so we'll go from there, and I'm just going to see what happens then. But I'll see you all in the future. If you've enjoyed the series, please like it and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.